All right, so hopefully you can see my screen. Today's presentation or training is going to cover getting over the imposter syndrome, typically so we can just perform well for our business. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to go through and give some shout outs to those that participated in the challenge. And as you can see, we are starting first with Now with Nita. Please go show her some love. She is such a beautiful person, inside and out. I love all of her vlogs that she does. She also does grocery hauls. She does her hair as well. And then we have Shamsa. Shamsa does a lot of great cleaning and DIY videos. So thank you so much. And then we also have Life with Timmy. Hi, Timmy. She is a vlogger, motherhood lifestyle vlogger. You guys will love her videos. She is vegan as well, so and always has great recipes. And now we're on to shopping with Stephanie. If you guys are looking for the latest deals at CVS and Target, she is the one that you want to go check out. This is a favorite quote that I have from Marie Forleo. She is an entrepreneur and author. It says, "Be humble. Not knowing something doesn't make you a fraud. It makes you a student." Okay, so this can be applied for every situation with the imposter syndrome, the failure of perfection, which is a big trait of the imposter syndrome. So real quick introduction about who I am. My name is Nadrea Miller. I am a certified professional and executive coach. My background is in engineering before I went for my MBA and got my coaching certification. And I also did network marketing, and I still am part of all the makeup and beauty, the top makeup and beauty company, along with the trading investing company as well. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I was influenced by one of my favorite shows called By Felicia to obtain my certification in coaching. So I did receive that in 2017, my MBA following in 2018, but I had started testing strategies immediately. So these strategies have been proven to change not my life, but people I am close to, and with people I'm working with on a day-to-day basis. All right, so real quick, I just want to tell you guys about my Elevator Experience program. This is a 60-day program where I help you elevate your business to the next level. So we do this by clarifying what it is that you want, whether it's you meeting a certain income goal, if you're looking to leave your job. We go ahead and clarify that. We strategize how you get that with a successful roadmap plan and very rigorous training. And then you will complete the right actions to get it. And then on top of that, once you obtain what it is that you want in your elevated business, I teach you how to take on more, which means to grow and scale your business even bigger. Let's cover real quick what is imposter syndrome. This is also called IS, and it's not a mental disorder. It's simply a phenomenon. So basically, this refers to you feeling internally and believing that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be. So this is why we have the thoughts about us being a fraud, or we're not an expert. It simply has to do with the imposter syndrome and some quick characteristics that will help you understand that this applies to you. Is one, if you are experiencing self-doubt, if you are sabotaging your own success, if you are overachieving, berating your performance, setting very challenging goals and feel very disappointed when you fall short. So this can be some of the characteristics that you go through when you are experiencing the imposter syndrome. So real quick, everybody, this is a nice tip that I found when I was doing some research, is that 70% of people will experience at least one episode of imposter syndrome. If you do not acknowledge what you're going through, eventually these feelings can get worse over time, and it can worsen your anxiety if you're going through any type of anxiety, and it may lead to depression. So I'm going to give you guys some tips about what you can do to cope with it. But real quick, let's talk about the different types of IS. So one, you have the perfectionist, like something is never going to be good enough. So they just keep on trying to be take themselves to a higher level, even though what they're doing is just good, right? Then you have the superhero that hides behind people because they don't want to be seen on the front scene, so they come to everybody else's rescue. Then you have the expert, and the expert means like basically they're always trying to find knowledge, learn different things, and once they get to a certain level, they just want to learn more. And then you have the natural genius, someone that possibly gets things done correctly on the first try, but then when they don't get something, and let's say they like set this high goal and they don't get it, they just feel like a super failure. And then we have the soloist, someone that is just very individualistic and they just do not feel like they should work with somebody because they don't want to be um, sabotaging what they have going on. So those are the five different types of IS. So coping with IS. First thing that you want to do on a personal level is if it's really like something that you really want to dive deep into, or if it's affecting your day-to-day performance, maybe you should speak to a therapist. So this will help you uncover what's going on, why you are experiencing IS. Next thing you will want to do is share your feelings. So if you share your feelings with somebody that is relatable and they understand what you're going through, this will help you get over your symptoms or whatever you're going through with IS. And then next is that you want to go ahead and focus on others going through the same issue. So for me, I'm going to share my story. I often felt like I was going through IS, and sometimes I still do. But the best thing that I do is like I have a support community around me. And then on top of that, I relate to some people in my circle that experience the same phenomena. And we go through it together. We talk about what we can do to conquer it together. And then we also discuss are ways that we can be held accountable, right? Next thing is you want to learn to value constructive criticism. Sometimes this is something I can still work on, but it's nothing wrong with like having feedback or receiving feedback. It doesn't mean that you have to be necessarily right all the time, but that is okay. Take the feedback and apply it, or find different ways to apply it to your life or your business. Next is so we want to start practicing using social media moderately. Yes, we have businesses, but I will go on the next slide and tell you how you can use social media effectively while you're dealing with IS. And then you want to still take baby steps. Like one, it's the first step is to acknowledge that you have it, but I'm not saying you're going to get through you having this or going to spend through this phenomenon within a short period of time. You basically have to just train yourself to stop feeling these feelings and or acknowledge them and conquer it and see what you can do to move forward. Next is you want to question your thoughts. So when you start getting these feelings like, oh, I'm not good enough, nobody's going to look at me as an expert, question why are you having these thoughts and why you are doing what you are doing in the first place. Okay, so hopefully these strategies and techniques on the personal side would be helpful when dealing or coping with IS or imposter syndrome. All right, so conquering imposter syndrome in your business. So first, I already talked about acknowledging IS. Know that you have to combat this in everything you do. So this is why you want to be surrounded by others that support your mission. Hold yourself accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable, it can like basically take over your mission, take over your power, and you just don't want to do anything. And then find other people that you can relate to, as I said before. And then you will also will want to use IS as a source of fuel. So if you are having one of those inadequate days, know like, okay, I'm in this state of mind, and because I'm in this state of mind, I'm going to work extra hard to conquer this. So use that as a source of fuel, okay? Next, for social media usage, of course, we have to promote our brands and our businesses. So this is why you will want to limit your usage on social media, because sometimes what we see out there in the world can have an effect of how we can go ahead and build ourselves up and build our businesses. So we can compare ourselves with other people and other businesses that's performing well, and we wonder why we're not getting the same results. And it's okay to see that, but if it's affecting you, take yourself off. Use your schedule. If you don't have a schedule for social media, I'm going to share you guys mine. hopefully you guys can take this into consideration. So, or you guys and gals can take this into consideration. So if you are on social media on a constant basis, get off immediately and then set your schedule. This is what I do. All right, so it's another game time challenge. If you guys want to participate, you will be able to get a shout out on next week's training. As you guys are aware, I'm talking about social media usage. So when it comes to being a business owner and promoting your business or promoting whatever you want to promote out there, how often should you be on social media? Is it all day? Is it, let's see, maybe twice a day, 3 times a day? Are you spending a whole hour, 4 hours worth on social media? Let me know in the comments what you think is a good time frame or time range to be on social media every single day. And it helps for me to plan my content ahead because I'm not on social media planning what I want on my social media based off of what I'm seeing with anybody else's. So it helps a big time to plan it out. Okay. And then it helps your brand if you talk about it, if you share your vulnerability with other people and write about it in the blog post, in your blog post, people will begin to relate to you having IS and how you are overcoming it. So you can easily relate this with your clients or your customers that are currently going through the same issue. This is going to be some homework. If you watch this video and you want to start applying some strategies and techniques to how you can start conquering IS, first is you want to identify like how is this holding you back? Are you able to meet your dreams or meet your expectations, or is this truly holding you back in your business? Next is how can you use IS to your advantage? How can you start to break free of this phenomena? Can you be more vulnerable about this publicly? Can you use this as fuel? So next step is I really want you to start taking action ASAP. There's no more letting this hold you back.